Okay. How's it going, everybody? I'm back to do a review on the Louie Lopez video part. I was kind of struggling recently to figure out what the fuck I was going to talk about on Patreon, so I recorded a cross-locking tutorial, my second tutorial ever, and I'm still going to upload that because I think that I actually could probably help some of you guys, but I'll upload that after I upload this, because this is obviously more pressing. Everybody's been sitting on the end of their seat waiting for Louie Lopez to post something with a big camera that somebody recorded, because he's definitely been active on Instagram, posting a lot of reels. I mean, he's like a fucking footage machine. I don't know if he's ever even been injured in his entire life, but it feels like he's just consistently highly prolific, top level skateboarder. I mean, Louie Lopez is like S class. He is the fucking standard in the skateboarding industry. Is this his pro stance sock? Oh, that's kind of cool. Not a bad looking sock at all. He's got fucking pro socks. And that's another credit to Louie Lopez, is there's so much discourse in skateboarding about, you know, selling out versus like being core, and how difficult it is to maintain your status as a core professional skateboarder while still being able to earn a proper living doing what you do. I don't think there is any single person in skateboarding that walks that line better than Louie Lopez does. Like, you look at his outfits, and he is like the perfect blend of like digestible, like cool FA style skateboarder while still having professional socks. It's interesting, he elected, I know a while ago, to ditch Monster. I think he rode for them temporarily, but I think that he considered that to be like kind of a step too far for him. But I mean, he's fucking crushing it. He's got pro Converse shoes, and everybody loves him. I've never met a person who hated Louie Lopez. Now, that being said, I did post this. I posted this part on my story, and I said, the GOAT has spoken, because I was like really fucking into this morning, and I was baffled by the response that I got from some people. Obviously, a lot of people are like, yes, it's great, but some people were asking if I was being sarcastic, or they had other complaints, like claiming that the filming was bad. Are you out of your mind? The filming was bad? There's not a single clip in this where I would consider the filming to be anything but pristine. And there are also people saying, oh, there's like a lot of filler, which, you know, first of all, it makes me think, like, Jesus Christ, like, is this my fault that people are just like so desperate to hate on something that they're going to try to shit on a Louie Lopez video part? But I think what's really going on is people are not understanding like the concept of this video and the way that it is structured, which I think is really good. Supposedly, Louie Lopez claims on Instagram that this happened in 2 weeks, which would be fucking remarkable. Maybe it did. This is a lot of footage to get in 2 weeks, and it's all happening at USC. So 2 weeks at USC, like fucking boot camp style. I'm guessing he and Ryan Ree, who did this video, just decide, we're going to crush it, and we're going to get everything that we can in a 2-week time period, which I think is kind of a cool concept for a part. We've seen similar stuff in the past, like Silas Baxter Neal skated that thing in Portland. I have no idea how long that took him. He's also much older than Louie, but we've seen some stuff that's kind of similar to this in the past. With the challenge that they set up for themselves, this is like, you couldn't fucking hit it out of the park any better than they did. And this video does start out with like a few ollies, him taking it relatively easy in the beginning of the video. But this video is designed to like ramp upwards with the music. It all like kind of makes sense and aligns. I think the people that were like looking for a reason to hate on this merely are not really understanding what the video is trying to do. In my opinion, anyway, this is what I think the video is trying to do. This is Louie's first step in his SOTY campaign. I think it's pretty safe to say. I mean, year after year, everybody says Louie Lopez for Sodi, Louie Lopez for Sodi. When I did my halfway mark Sodi video, Louie hadn't even put anything out yet. And like fucking 40-50% of the people that I heard from when I asked, like, who's going to get Sodi, they were all fucking saying Louie Lopez. People are very keen to give it to him. People feel like he's very deserving. If his official video part is anything like I would expect it to be, I mean, I think he's a fucking shoo-in this year. He's got to win it. He's easily the safest bet, I would say, without even seeing his clips yet. I mean, has he had 2 Thrasher covers? Or maybe it's just been 1. We'll see. Back nose blunny. Boom. Okay, half cab flip. Front 180. You know the deal. Switch front one. And nollie. Imagine having a brain that said the filming was bad. I mean, he is fucking perfectly centered this entire time. Plus, not to mention, they're going fast as fuck. And check this. The perfect aperture adjustment. Right as he pops. Gotta respect the filming, dude. I mean, if you said this filming was bad, give me your nipples right now. The filming is excellent in this. Okay, so we start out with like a nice little 2-piece, 50-50, then kind of one of those extendo ollies, you know? You gotta stretch yourself down the set. Another ollie. Front pop, beautiful Louie style. No push here. Pretty big front pop. Oh my god. The way that Louie just bounces off of ledges, like they're like trampolines to him. He gets in the tail and he just flies away. Louie's just this incredible like hybrid of technical and clean while also still being like very enjoyable to watch, you know? His skating is impeccable, but it's not obnoxious. Like, look at the catch that he has on this front pop. Like, that is beautiful. Boing. Nice little kickflip. All right, so I went on Twitter and I saw some discussion about what this trick would be called or classified as, and it's just a back blunt hard flip. Some people are saying some shit about body varials and stuff, but he enters the blunt in regular stance and exits also in regular stance. So I think the simplest explanation is also the best. So if he did do some kind of body varial thing, it would look like this. This is performed front blunt hard flip body varial by the epic legend Ben Sauer. I guess you could call this hard flip body varial. I actually think that doing it this way is easier than the way Louie did it, because he like alley-ooped it over the ledge, where when you body varial you kind of like hop out of the way of it. But yeah, it's not a body varial, because if it was, this is what it would look like. Your mom. But I did see somebody else on Twitter say that like it looked like this to me, but it doesn't matter, it's not my clip. This was also something where kids on TikTok were talking about it with that Chris Joslin tray flip, which they were saying that, oh, it's up to Joslin because it's his clip. Where it's like, it's up to Louie what this is called because it's his clip. No, it's not. Like, it's not up to Joslin whether or not his tray flip down El Toro counted just because he did it. Like, that's not exclusively for him to decide. Sure, Louie can weigh in, and he certainly has an opinion that matters, but like, if he said that this was a blunt slide 360 hard flip out, we wouldn't all say, oh, okay, well, it's your clip, you're right. You know, he'd still have to say something fucking reasonable. You don't have like complete control and autonomy over trick names just because you did one. So notice when I'm talking about this, like, building up. We started off with a lot of ollies and, like, sort of more simple, a little more basic lines. It'll gradually get more technical. Oh, I mean, this seems really fucking hard to alley-oop it over the top. Look at the angle of his deck. His deck is erect. Nice. That's like, that's one of the sketchier tricks that he does in this, which I find is insane. Nice switch flip into the Wally little two-piece, half cab, Wally back 180. Look at his control where he can just decide like that fast. He just snaps it around so quickly. Ooh. That 270 out, zero sliding on the ground. Notice when he approaches the ledge, he comes at it straight on like a jackknife grind or whatever you'd call that. He ollies directly in front of it. It's so easy to like do these fakey tail slides where you like come at it from the side and it's like really easy to get into it. He hits this entire thing and does it properly. Zero shortcuts on this, on the entry or the exit. Beautiful. Louie's got the intangible quality where he is such an elite level and gifted skateboarder that even when the trick isn't always completely perfect, he's able to like salvage it, and his style and his skill will combine and it'll still look really, really good. Like, he barely clips the end of this thing. He doesn't get, like, a nice pinch and front 180 pop out like you would expect him to, maybe, because it's Louie Lopez. He kind of forces it. Give him an inch, and he takes a mile. And I think that's why he was able to put something like this together in allegedly 2 weeks. A lot of skaters need, like, the perfect set of circumstances to execute on a trick. Louie doesn't. He just needs a shot. Okay. Fakey flip, nollie flip, fakey flip. I've been into fakey flips lately. Then nollie frontside heel flip. And you can see this is some more supporting evidence for the 2 weeks thing, because you can see this guy in the background is sitting on this bench. He's right there. He's there for both of these. So what? I'm assuming he did all 3 of these tricks in like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes? Is that how long it took? Long enough for this dude on his lunch break or whatever the fuck he's doing to just be sitting there. This clip's fine. It's just that's actually a filler clip. 3 ollies, front 180. Oh, and just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Rick flip. I really like this clip. Even though it is kind of basic, it's just fun to watch Louie Lopez skateboard. So last year I made a big stink about Mark's strategy for Sodi, and maybe there's some similarities with Louie putting out this Spitfire part to some of what Mark was doing. But I think, at the end of the day, it just comes down to the fact that I like Louie and I don't really like Mark. I think Mark, when he does a line like that one, he's just not as fun to watch as Louie. So when you have a part with maybe some more filler or average level tricks, it really goes a long way how fun you are to watch as a skater. And I think that seeing Louie Lopez push around, or didn't even push in that line, that was actually a no push line, but seeing him do a line that's like, not his best work is just a lot more enjoyable than Mark. I think that Louie is just a lot easier on the eyes than Mark is, so he can pull something like this off a lot better. I'm probably being biased when I say that, but that's just where my heart leads me. I think that the quality of this video is like your first punch in what is probably going to be like a 1-2 punch. I would be concerned if he turns it into a 3 video part thing. I think you can just oversaturate it. Like a line like this, I don't care. Like, it's just so fucking fun to watch, and I wasn't expecting the Rick flip at all. Even though it's like on the more basic side, I still think it's sick. Beautiful 2-piece. Who else is doing lip slide 270 shove out and making it look like that? He just wraps it around. It's like a yo-yo. and basically zero adjustment on the feet from landing. He's pretty much already in big flip position when he lands, has like 1 second, immediately starts turning, and just does like a little hop. Nice. So good. Look how fucking good he is. Louie's proven that he can do everything. He's on like the frog skateboards, like grind to manual shit. 50, drop down nose manual. I fully expected for him to nollie flip out of this. And he really surprised me with the 180 kickflip out, the nollie 180 kickflip out. The way he just kind of like maneuvers it, you know, like kind of leans into the kickflip. What the fuck can you say? Nose slide. And then frontside flips like on top of a ledge, which is definitely a different a different one to do. And then switch backside heel flip off. And that's a nice little line, but it's like this is like the intro to what is about to be like a pretty fucking incredible ledge sequence, in my opinion. I like how they sort of like introduce you to new areas. Okay, manual. And then manual backside kickflip. And that's sort of one of the more sketchy things that he does in here. But this is a really hard trick to do. Until you've actually tried to do a manual backside kickflip, I don't think you can like appreciate how difficult it is to like make your body backside 180 kickflip out of a manual. For some reason, it's just one of those things in skateboarding that's you have to do it sort of like a varial flip body varial, you know, or a shove it kickflip body varial, that sort of thing. You can't like backside flip out of it. It just doesn't work. You don't have like enough time to pop and flick. You have to like sort of cheat it somehow. Oh my God. That is so fucking smooth. He launches out of it. Bolts. And I think this is one of Louie's best qualities as a skateboarder is just his ledge game and what he's able to accomplish when he's hopping out of ledge tricks. Oh my God. Tell me who, on paper, if you were talking to somebody and they're like, oh, I did a backboard slide on a ledge nollie flip out, you'd be like, Jesus Christ, that sounds pretty bad. And he just the way he pops out of these ledge tricks. I'm glad that he's leaning into it too a lot, because he's definitely figured out that this is like one of his strengths. Here we go. Oh my God. Okay. So a lot of times when you see technical skateboarding tricks, I think that part of the problem, it can get ugly because you sort of sacrifice the beauty and the style and the grace of your trick by having to do like wacky foot positioning, like in your slide or your grind when you're getting out of it or something. So like when you see like Grant Taylor skate or something, he's doing basic tricks, he's going big, he's doing them fast, he's doing them beautifully. You know, it's nice to watch. Mickey Papa, he's skating, you know, pretty slowly on the ledge, and then he's like getting into a pinch grind and his like little fucking pinky toe is hanging on the end of it, and so he can do his like varial flip out or whatever. It's just kind of an uglier thing to watch. You sacrifice, well, a lot of these tech skaters, because they're trying so hard to do difficult tricks, they sacrifice their natural beauty as skateboarders. That's my opinion. And part of the reason why I think Louie is so fucking good is because he can do technical tricks like this, and the way that he like sets up during these slides or these grinds or whatever, he doesn't show his hand, he doesn't slow down. Like, look at this form. Are you going to tell me that your expectation looking at this is that he's going to do a fucking varial heel flip or a laser flip out of it? No. You'd think that he was going to do like a front big spin or some shit. That's how good he is. He has the grace of a basic trick and he can still pull that off while getting technical. I mean, look at him just fucking launch out of that. This is one of the best tricks I've seen all year. Oh, just fucking stomps that bitch. And not in an obnoxious way either. He's not obnoxious. He's just fucking good. He's just good. There's nothing to say. You cannot fucking question this dude. And here you go. Check this B-roll right here. We had the first 20 seconds, 23 seconds, we had this film B-roll. And then what happened? It's been 2 whole minutes since there's been any film B-roll whatsoever. That means that it's just been raw skating. Both a credit to Louie and Ryan. It's a credit to Louie that he's been able to land so many fucking tricks that he can go 2 minutes straight without having to fill it up with, you know, him pissing into a bush on Super 8 film. But it's also a credit to Ryan because he's been able to create something cohesive without the putty that is B-roll. That's why B-roll is so common, because it makes it easier to create a video part. You're like, oh, you know, I know what I want to put next, but it just doesn't quite fit, so I need 3.5 seconds of something. So let's get you doing a tray flip from the side on film, and then I stick that in, and then now the video part is easier to create. He made 2 minutes of really great skateboarding just pass by seamlessly without that help. It makes it even stronger. I think it's the first time I've even seen Louie like slide on the ground in this video, and it's for like a very, very difficult trick. Here you go. Crazy. Board slide into wall ride off. Did he look at this spot and then get the idea? Has he been thinking about this for a while? Like, what a beautiful hubba. The only downside is that it goes straight into a wall. It's like, well, what if I could just use the wall? It's kind of funny. In the meta of skateboarding right now with all these wall rides and shit, I don't think I've ever seen somebody board slide directly into a wall and then just sort of like bounce off of it. So yeah, the music is like by some fucking ancient French guy. Frank Purcell, Concorde. That's why you get the airplane sounds. But yeah, that's it. 3-minute video, like 2.5 minutes of skateboarding. You get this manual trick too, which just didn't really fit in anywhere, I suppose. 10 out of 10. I think this was tremendous. I love the concept. I love the execution. I love the filming. I thought the music was really nice too. A nice breath of fresh air. It had like kind of like a Rocky Balboa quality to it. It felt like it was building towards something. And while this didn't have like a huge banger or anything, the music also wasn't so dramatic that it was like begging for that to happen. Okay, so pretty much to summarize my opinion on this, like I said, 10 out of 10. I love the formatting of this video, how they just sort of go throughout the school spot by spot, and the skating gets progressively better. I really think that Louie put together some nice 2 pieces and lines in here. He skated fast, and he kept the pushing to a bare minimum. He only pushes when he absolutely has to. So I think that, you know, that combined with how smooth he is and just like how undeniably talented he is at this point in his career, I think this made for an excellent part. And in only 2 weeks, allegedly, he's able to put this together. There's also a really nice variety of different obstacles in this video, especially given the fact that he's only skating in one small area. There's manuals, there's stairs, there's ledges. He hits pretty much every single kind of traditional skateboarding spot, except for, I guess you would say, handrails, which he does that 150 in the middle. So there is one in here, but it's not really like what he emphasizes on in this video, which I don't really have a problem with. I'm like very into seeing Louie push his ledge skating because I think that his ledge tricks are unique compared to like your traditional ledge skater. So yeah, great part. Stoked to see the next one. I love you.